Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking for Verla Helen Winter. And I just want to say, if you have a missing person and they're not on the Charlie Project, you might could see if you could get them listed on there. And you can also donate money to them because they accept donations to help them keep running. Verla, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, Helen Winter was born 1968. She went missing from Kent, Washington. She was 28 years old, 5'4" to 5'5", 105 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. It says that, well, she got into it with her husband and then she went missing. So she was last seen at her home in Kent, Washington. Her husband and her had been separated, but he came to stay in the family home the previous night. And I guess he felt that he should get to stay there because it was his house and they were married. And she felt that he shouldn't be there. She didn't want him staying there. I don't know what was going on. That's what he says. So I don't know, I don't know what's true and what's not true. And then he says he went to bed and he woke up and she was just gone, never to be seen or heard from again. Right? So, yeah, so she left behind two children. They were raised by her parents in Minnesota. Her case remains unsolved. So, and then you go to look for Jane Doe's to try to find her. And, well, it's so sad. If you have any information, like you've heard something, maybe somebody was drinking over the years and they told something, you heard something through your grandparents, your parents, any information, whether you feel like it's hearsay or you don't know if it's relevant, contact the sheriff's office and let them know. Contact the investigators, email them, CC a couple of people so they have an email and you know that you emailed them and you know that somebody else saw that you emailed them and you know that they'll make a note of it somewhere. And then let them decide if it's relevant. Let them decide if it'll help them solve their case or if it's important. And then you don't have to have that burden on your shoulders thinking, do they know this? Or maybe they do or maybe they don't. And then you don't have to worry about if the right person gets the information because you can email a couple people and say, please forward it to the proper person, right? And I think that you should do that with any case that you have information about, whether it's old case, new case, whatever. So then we have this unidentified female, okay? And this is in Carnation, Washington. And so this is an hour away. We have where she was, and it's an hour drive to where these remains were found. But they're estimated to be 5'2". But I read on one of them that somebody was supposed to be 5 foot tall, and the authorities thought that the remains of somebody that's 5'7", listed as 5'7", is that person. So I don't see why, because this is estimated. It's estimated to be 5'2". So I don't know, 110 pounds. She was 105 pounds, 5'4", brown hair, unknown color of eyes, right? But it says estimated date of death 1969, and she went missing the end of 1968. So, to me, that could be her, right? It could be. So, she was found on a rural dirt road on Tolt Hill Road. So this is known as Tolt Hill John Doe. But the interesting thing is that, and like I said, that's an hour away. We also have this lady. And this lady went missing in 1969. 4 months after Verla was missing, this woman went missing. She went missing in Aberdeen, Washington, and she's 5'2", 115 pounds, 21 years old. So 5'2", 110, estimated could be 115. It says she has blonde hair, but to me it looks brown. You know how it is. When you're younger, a lot of people have blonde hair, and then as they get older, a lot of times it'll get darker, and then they'll call it dirty blonde, but dirty blonde looks like sandy brown. So a lot of people, even though their hair, when they get older, they still call it blonde. To other people, it might appear brown. So to me, that could easily be her as well, because when I look at her and I look at the Jane Doe and I look at the distance, well, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So here I have this Jane Doe, And this Jane Doe is right here. 1969, 5'2", estimated 110 pounds. So I would think that it would probably be this lady, but then you have to look at it. And to me, the only two people that I could see right now that I've noticed, maybe I'm missing somebody, which is highly possible that it could be, but I would strongly think, from what I looked at today and the area and the location that these ladies went missing and the time and the height and the weight and all that things, I would believe, and their ages, that it would either be this person, that it would either be Laura Lee or it would be Verla. That's what I would think. I think either Laura or Verla would be this Jane Doe right here. That's what I think. So what do you think? Do you think it's one of them, or do you think it could easily be somebody else? But I look through and I don't see a lot of people missing at that time. I see these two ladies, and this one has brown hair, so I don't know. I was leaning towards it being her because she's 5'2", 115 pounds. She went missing in 1969, but it's only 4 months apart, and she's 2 hours away. But it could easily be Verla, who is only, I can't get it to click on it, an hour away. So what are your thoughts? And I don't know if investigators have even checked. Have they checked the Jane Doe to see if it was Verla? Have they checked to see if it was Laura? Let me know if you know, because sometimes they've already checked. So please feel free to let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And who do you think that Jane Doe is? Do you think it is Laura, or do you think it's Verla? Or do you think it could be somebody else? Do you know if they've checked? Anyway, don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. Verla's loved ones and her families, the investigators investigating the case, the Jane Doe's, and Laura Lee's family and her loved ones, and so that they get closure to these cases, and because it's so stressful, and it's so stressful that I would think that even the investigators probably have nightmares, because I know I have nightmares just, going through the cases and looking at them and doing videos. It gives me nightmares. So I would imagine that they would have nightmares, and it would cause them stress. So please don't forget to pray for them and leave comments, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.